Hello, everybody out there in ukulele land. Today we're going to talk about the bridge for Island in the Sun by our friends Weezer. All right, so on the small blue letters on the right side of the screen, you will see the chords you need for the bridge. D major, G, D major, G, C major, A minor, D, D7. That's how I like to play it. So, let's hear what it sounds like all together. This is what you will be submitting for a grade. And then it ends back on the E minor 7 chord when it turns back around into the verse or whatever part's next. All right, so let's talk about those chords. All right, so our first chord, it's an 8. This is the bridge. Sometimes it's also called the middle 8. So there's 8 chords we have to put in a sequence here. A chord in a sequence is called a chord progression. Yes, right? That's chord progression. All right, so for the chord progression, we start with D major. So to play our D major chord, it's 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. We're going to use our 3 fingers. I volunteer as tribute, everybody, okay? 3 fingers, the tribute chord. That's what we're going to call that from now on, the tribute chord. All right, so here, here, and here. Everybody play D major. Then, as we already covered at the end of the verse and the chorus, the hardest change in this song is going from D to G major. So let's look at that change. So here's D major. We lift up our fingers. It's like we're going to E minor 7, but with our ring finger on the 3rd fret in the middle for G. So let's look at that again. D major, G. Manipulating your fingers back and forth just like this is going to give you maximum effect in your practice time. So D major, everybody, let's hear D major. Everybody play D major. You guys should be playing right now. Pick up the ukuleles, D major, then see if we could switch to G major. Back to D. Then to G. Now, when we're doing this, here's D major. The first step when you're practicing might be to go to E minor 7, then add your ring finger. So we're going from 3 fingers to 2 fingers, then add a finger. That is a good first step, but that can't be the way we learn it in the end. In the end, we have to go from D directly to all 3 fingers at once, G major. All right? So go back to D, lift them up, start getting them in position, and then see if you could drop them all at the same time. That's how you're going to maximize your fluidity and minimize your transition speed, right? Or gap. So you're going to hear all 3 fingers to there. So if you just practice going back and forth between these 2 chords over and over, see how fast you can make the change. It doesn't have to be that fast, but you should work on that. Also, always remember to check each string individually. Right? You hear all 4 strings sounding nice. And then we go to G. Back to D. Then back to G. So, guess what? Those are the first 4 chords. D, chord 1. G is number 2. Number 3 is D. Number 4 is G. We're halfway done with the bridge already. Wow, it's not that bad, right? D to G. And then from this G major position, hold it down. What you're going to do, you're going to hold Mr. Middle Finger down. He's going to be your anchor. And you're going to go right into Llama C. Right? So Llama C, we have our llama. It's a round nose, floppy-eared llama. It's not flat with tall ears. It's round nose, floppy ears. We're coming from G major, so everybody go to G. This is chord 4. To go to chord 5, you're going to go right into the llama, 2nd fret and 3rd fret. with your middle finger and your ring finger. This is chord number 5. C major. And then from here, we're going to go to, A minor. This is an easy change. You're going to go from these 2 fingers to your A minor finger. 2nd fret on the green string, G, right? This is chord number 6. And then from here, we already made this transition in the verse. It shouldn't be too bad. You're going to go from chord number 6, A minor, to chord number 7, D major. Back to D major, right? 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. Here, here, and here in a row. D major, this is chord number 7. And then to go to our last chord, chord number 8, is actually a D dominant 7 chord. Now, for short, you could just call it a D7. So what you're going to do is from here is lift up your middle finger, right? Just don't do that in front of your mom. All right, so D major is chord 7. Then a D dominant 7 is chord number 8. So it's that one. Has an exotic, spicy sound to it, right? You want to add a little spice into your life, play a dominant 7 chord. All right, so let's go all the way back. Shake it out, shake it off, bake a cake, right? Baker's gonna bake, 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 bake. Gonna bake a cake, 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 right? That's how the song goes, I promise. All right, so D major, chord 1. G major, chord 2. D major, chord 3. G major, chord 4. Llama C, chord 5. A minor, chord 6. D major, chord 7. D7, chord 8. Then back to E minor 7. All right, so now we got our left hand chord shapes. What do we do with our strumming hand? We actually have a nice easy part with our strumming hand in the bridge. We're just going to play a steady stream of 8th notes using a down-up motion. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Everybody with me, down, up, go. Down, up, 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 down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and stop. Okay. Now we're going to try that with our chords. Here we go. D major, right? D, G, D, G, llama, A, D, D7. Okay? So here we go. D major is first. Down and up. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and go to G. Ready now. Down, up, down, up. Back to D, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and go to G. 1 and 2 and llama C, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and A minor, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and D major, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and lift your middle finger up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E minor. Whoa, that one else. I didn't announce that one super fast. Let's try that all again. That was amazing, maybe. All right. D major. Here we go. Steady stream of 8th notes. Down, up, ready, and go. And 1 and 2 and 3, go to G now. 1 and 2 and back to D, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, go to G now. 1 and 2 and llama C, ready now. 1 and 2 and A minor, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and D major, ready, switch. 1 and 2 and lift your middle finger up. 1 and 2 and E minor, ready, go. All right, let's try it up to speed now. So let's get our speed first. 1, D major. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and switch and 1 and 2 and 3 and switch and 1 and 2 and go to G. Go to C, A minor, D major, D7, E minor 7. Let's try it again. D major, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Down, up, 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 down. All right, one more time. Here we go. D major. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. D major, G, D, G, C, A, D, G7, E. Last time. 1, 2, D major, ready, go. 1 and 2 and go to G. 1 and 2 and back to D. 1 and 2 and go to G. 1 and 2 and Llama C. A minor, D major, D7. Back to the beginning now. All right. And that'll do it, kiddos. Have fun practicing.